the significance of that, combined with the utter dominance, really, of English teams in the Champions League this season, I think it's telling us plenty that maybe we didn't already know.
No, listen, they've been one of the standout teams, if not the standout team so far. That record is phenomenal. They changed the team today, shuffled the pack. You can do that when you've won your first 5 games, but then to shuffle the pack and still be quite convincing away in the San Siro, top of the league in Italy as well. So they're no mugs, and so it was going to be a tough assignment, but they navigated their way through it impeccably well.
And people say, oh, well, you're the English media on an English channel. Of course you think the English teams are going to dominate in the knockout stages, but it's so hard to look beyond them.
It is. It is. I mean, the Spanish teams are not the force of old. Bayern Munich are I mean, I've said lots of times, I can't have Paris Saint-Germain to go and win it. It's for me, it's Bayern Munich or an English team. Yeah. You know, that was supposed to be the group of death for Liverpool. You know, and they've just brushed everyone aside with weakened teams in a couple of games at the end as well. The miles too good for the rest of the teams. If they played their strongest team in every game, I mean, it would have been embarrassing, really. That's how much they're clear. So yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal. 18 points out of 18 in that group with those pedigrees of names. Maka said it in commentary. They might not be as good as they were, as good as their European pedigree suggests, but they're still good teams. As Rio says, top of the Italian league they are. Yeah.
He's an enigma, isn't he, Divock Origi? I mean, he does some strange things, and then he goes and scores a goal this evening that secures them that record. I mean, it's incredible.
Well, I said it before the game, you know, like it takes someone different to hang around for as long as he has and play second fiddle. But he seems happy and he's scoring massive goals in huge games. And he's come up trumps again in the San Siro, got the winner, and it was a fantastic header as well, I have to say. It was a good strike, and then for him to get that power on it, you know, the neck muscles and the angle it arrives at, for him to twist, get his head in position and finish that, it was a tremendous finish.
Do you know what I like about him is he's not disheartened when he misses a chance. He had a chance earlier. We was all laughing in the studio at the chance there where he tried to open up with his right foot and he shanked it. And you sit there and you think, but he's not disheartened. He doesn't sit there and go, oh, he's scared to take on the next opportunity.
Yeah, but look at the impact he's had at that football club, the moments he's had.
And that's what that breeds. That breeds confidence. Yeah. That breeds the ability to be able to miss a chance and not let it faze him. And a lot of strikers fold under that type of pressure. Miss a chance and they want to hide. He doesn't.
He'll go down, won't he, in history of Liverpool scoring so many important goals, even in the Premier League run-in. I mean, I remember him scoring away at Newcastle, at home to Everton in the last kick of the game. He scored some massive goals, and that's not mentioning Champions League goals. Barcelona, of course, in the final as well. I mean, for me, he's not anywhere near the top. You know, the 4 players that play, Firmino, Jota, Mane and Salah, he's a level below for me.
But that kind of doesn't matter, does it?
But when you're an impact player like he is, then it doesn't necessarily matter. And now he's going to get a chance to obviously start a few games in January when the African Cup of Nations starts. So he's going to get another chance. Normally when he starts, I'm left wanting more. I almost think he does better as an impact player. But the goals he scores, you just can't ignore him. I mean, as I say, he'll go down in Liverpool folklore for what he's done.
And I've played with players that have done what he does, that come off the bench, the Chicharitos, the Ole Gunnar Solskjaers, and the appreciation that you have for players like that within the squad. When you're all the players love players like that because you need them. I kept saying it before the game, they're so integral if you're going to be successful in multiple competitions. You need people to be able to come off the bench and have an impact. And it is so difficult. I mean, you guys, as defender, you don't do it so much, but forwards, there's times when you come into games when the manager's shuffling the pack. It must be difficult to do that.
Yeah, no, listen, it's difficult. I've been in that position myself, and it's difficult to keep yourself focused, but I'm trying to get in the mind of Divock Origi, you know, for him to hang around. He quite easily have moved to a mid-table club and played a lot more, but he's playing at Liverpool on the highest stage. You know, he wouldn't get the opportunity to score 0 if he did move on.
Absolutely right. Let's talk about Mo Salah. For ages, we've said, oh, he's added another 0 to his contract. He literally can't add more zeros to his contract because he just keeps on scoring, and tonight was a good example. Brilliant finish, brilliant goal, vital time.
Yeah, he's breaking records virtually every time he plays at the moment. Hats off to Oxlade-Chamberlain, though, as well. We'd never mentioned him at half-time in the build-up to that. He's you know, he does something different, doesn't he, for the rest of the midfield players? He beats players, he's direct, you know, off both feet, takes a good shot. But the finish was made to look easy. You know, it was far from easy. He hits it as it's dropping. As I say, he's probably got a foot either side, a foot higher and it hits the bar, and a foot lower and the goalkeeper gets a hand on it. And he just makes things look so simple at the minute. That's just confidence, self-belief. Every time he's in front of goal, you just can't see him missing. And more importantly, he can't see himself missing.
Look at those numbers, Rio.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, God, did you ever have a situation where you was like in crazy form like that and then contract negotiations were ongoing? Did it affect form or anything like that in front of goal? Because it don't seem to be affecting him at all, does it?
It's frightening. It is frightening. I mean, again, we touched on it at half-time. I can't see where can Mo Salah go? It's surely a foregone conclusion. It's just a matter of when. And, of course, it's going to take time. I don't think Liverpool fans should panic. It always takes time for the best players. And this is the most important contract of his career. This is going to be him now. You know, if he signs a 4 or 5 year deal, that's him. That's his career.
I'm trying to remember if either of you were in that position where you're negotiating and every time you score a goal you think, lovely, that helps me out a little bit.
No, I was too busy moving clubs, to be honest. Hang about
Get me another move.
but you know what, when I look at those numbers, it's frustrating that he's on 20 goals now. Like, it's frustrating he's going to miss a few games now, because I mean he's on the way to breaking records, getting 40 odd goals. If he carries on like this,
Yeah.
I mean, no limit to the amount of goals he could get this year.
OK, let's quickly hear from Jurgen Klopp. He's been talking to Patrick Kendrick. Let's get his reaction to the results.
Jurgen, 6 wins out of 6 in the group stage, the first English team to do that. How proud are you of that achievement?
Oh, very, but especially because of the 6th game, to be honest, because I think when I said before the game that we choose that lineup that because we want to win the game, then everybody was like, of course, but we needed today fresh legs, we needed desire to play this game, which is really difficult in the hectic schedule we have, to be always like on fire for the next game. And what the boys did tonight, I couldn't be more proud, to be honest. It was an incredible game. I'm so happy about so many things I saw tonight, and of course in the end that we won the game is great as well, but the performance was absolutely outstanding. Playing this game tonight, having 21 shots, okay, not 21 on target, but 21 times we finished the situation off. So many situations where we played outstandingly well and defended with passion and good organization and so many good things I saw tonight. Really happy.
Number of recurring themes again. Mo Salah, 20 goals in all competitions for the 5th season running. Divock Origi again, the match winner. And I wanted to get your reaction as well. I noticed you turned to your coaching staff when Nat Phillips turned inside the box. Was that? Did you afford yourself a smile after that moment?
Yeah, situation of the game, huh? So we played an outstanding game. Come on, it's really ridiculous. But I have to say, so we changed 8 times. So Ali is a goalie, so he has his that he could play and wanted to play desperately speaks for him. The same for Sadio and Mo. The game they played tonight is absolutely outstanding. The quality they have and the physicality they bring in a game like this, how much they help defensively is absolutely outstanding. Mo obviously scores them first. Sadio sets up the second. That speaks really for the boys. And so because this mix of fresh legs and then quality as well was a really good mix tonight. And yes, Nate with that situation was obviously I didn't see it. It's only from distance yet, but I'm really looking forward to that. I see the first time. We spoke already in the dressing room about it. It was a tricky one.
Look, overall, he's delighted, isn't he, with this evening? And I think if you make that amount of changes and go to the San Siro and have 22 shots at your opponent's goal, you have every right to be happy.
Yeah, I mean, he's in all competitions. He's onto something special. Of course, they're playing absolutely I think they're playing as good now as they were when they won the league a couple of seasons ago. And that's ominous for everybody in this tournament, in the Premier League. The thing is, there's 2 other unbelievable English teams at the moment, and one that's potentially getting better. So there's going to be a lot of competition on both fronts, on all fronts, I should say, this season. But he'll be buzzing where he is at the minute. You know, the team are absolutely flying on all cylinders.
The thing, Mo Salah misses very few things indeed, does he? This is the fastest he's ever made it to 20 goals at Liverpool. You'd have happily gone with 20 goals before the middle of December, wouldn't you?
After a couple of seasons, probably. But no, he's relentless, isn't he? It's quite easy for Liverpool to have taken their foot off the gas, relaxed a little bit because they're through. But yeah, not the case at all. And Salah's finish was a lot harder than it looked, actually.
What a player! What a striker!
What can you say about him? He's just unbelievable. I mean, as Crouchy said, he makes this look easy. And when I look at it on the replay, I just think that's not an easy finish at all. It's on it's bounced. He could have half volleyed it actually and probably made it easy, but he takes it early, almost takes it as it's coming down. I mean, a yard lower, the keeper saves it. A yard higher, it hits the bar. I mean, it's as I say, he just makes things look easy. He was an average finisher early on in his career, and now he is just unbelievable. Yeah. Unbelievable. That's just so pure and clean. Makes it look easy.
With him, I just feel he expects to score every single opportunity that comes. That's not even. It's not some of them aren't even really opportunities. Any glimpse at goal, he expects to hit the target and score most of the time, and that's just supreme confidence that he's got now, just running through them veins.
We were doing some dodgy maths on our scripts here. We worked out 300 grand a week over 5 years. It's still only 78 million. I mean, that's still less money than to replace him. So it needs sorting out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it will get sorted. I'm sure it will get sorted out. But these things are complicated. And this is probably his last big contract of his career. So, you've got to take your time about things. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's, weighing up everything. But I'd be absolutely astonished to be... Where can he go at the minute? Spanish football is struggling.
But where can they go as well? How do you replace him?
Do you think we were talking off air before? Do you think he's sitting there with his agent, his representatives, and saying to the club, "Listen, just go and search out who's the biggest, highest paid player in the league, and just put me a couple of pounds above them"?
There's no one better in the league at the moment, is there? Let's be honest.
He's the best player in the league at the moment.
So whatever the best player in the league's on, give me that.
There you go. We've done the negotiations for you. If his agent's watching, it's been sorted.
We'll do half price.
There you go. We do need to have a look at Fikayo Tomori with the opener. Yeah. Decent goal. He's in good form at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, he's getting rave reviews over there in Italy, playing well. He's a young talent, huge, big potential, and he's the one who's alive in there. I mean, Minamino maybe wouldn't be. He's not covered himself in glory here at the front post. You need to be brave. You need to be right on it there, but he lets the ball get through him. It's a bright finish from a centre half.
If that's an out-swinging corner, I can understand Minamino sort of creeping like that. But when it's an in-swinger, you've got to defend almost the byline. I mean, I don't know why he comes off it. An in-swinging corner like that simply can't. I mean, you could say Alisson should have done a little bit better, but it shouldn't even get to that problem. It's a big mistake.
But having him there on the front post, that's the vital area there, the front post. Normally, you used to have your Drogbas and people like that sometimes at the front post as your